Good morning, students of Saraswati Vidya Mandir, Commerce section. In business studies, we are in chapter number 6, staffing. Before this video, in staffing, as we know that अभी तक जो हम लोगों ने पढ़ा है कि staffing is the one of the most important function of management, managerial function of management, and staffing is just putting right person on right jobs. That's a manager or an organization can utilize both optimum utilize the both resources as well as human resources and physical resources or capital resources. In previous video we learned about the merits and demerits and various sources of internal sources of staffing, and we also see that there were only two internal sources, transfer or promotion, and there very limited scope towards staffing in an organization through internal sources, only transfer and promotion, and very few limitation and merits of internal sources. But most of organization, the sources which is used by most of organization, especially big organization, is external sources. External sources is the most important source of labor supply towards any organization, and thus most of organization use various external sources to make staffing in their own organization. So in this video we are going to analyze the various sources of various external sources and their merits and limitation. We can say that demerits. तो सबसे पहले फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल एक्सटर्नल सोर्सेज में सबसे पहले है डायरेक्ट रिक्रूटमेंट, सीधी भर्ती. हम लोग डायरेक्ट रिक्रूटमेंट के बारे में जानते हैं कि वेन एवर गवर्नमेंट और एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विलिंग टू अपॉइंट सम स्टाफ in their own organization, then they can publish advertisement or they can publish advertisement on organization basis or overall basis through paper media, print media, electronic media or internet or radio event. So direct recruitment, in which direct recruitment actually consists of a advertisement which describe all the needs towards that particular job, and it is also a motivation letter to all unemployed person that if they find ability and suitability towards that post, they must apply for that post. So direct recruitment is the most general tool which is used as external sources by different organization to filling up the staff position. Second were casual callers. Casual callers mostly, actually casual callers were not a permanent staff of any organization. These callers not appointed on regular basis, but they call from outside whenever organization need to that person, especially plumber, electrician and web developer या फिर सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोफेशनल. दिस टाइप ऑफ प्रोफेशनल्स जो होते हैं, तो इनको ऑर्गेनाइजेशन डायरेक्ट रिक्रूटमेंट इनका नहीं करते हैं, लेकिन दे यूजुअली दे मेड कॉल देम whenever there is need of those person in organization, and those callers also made payment on their daily wages basis. Third is advertisement. Advertisement is another way to recruit or invite staffs or peoples from other side, and through advertisement in paper or electronic media we describe overall things, overall education, qualification, experience and job nature, job profile, everything through various media, and it is also mentioned in that advertisement the people who are willing to get that job, they must apply on the basis of their own quality and qualification. Fourth is employment exchange. Employment exchange, as we know that government used to establish employment exchange in every district to make a data of unemployed peoples and their qualification, and whenever organization needs some such unemployed person with a special quality or education, then they can also use the data of employment exchange and also make the staffing process. Fifth is placement agency and management consultants. As we know that in every big city, हर एक बड़े शहर में एक प्लेसमेंट एजेंसी काम करती है. प्लेसमेंट एजेंसी इज नथिंग, it is a office which used to gather the biodata and resume of all employed person, in which they mention their quality and experience, their skill, and company used to contact from those agencies for staffing purpose. And these placement agency also advise general people that which work can they do and which organization is most suitable for him or her. तो मैनेजमेंट कंसल्टेंसीज भी इसी तरह के काम है जिसमें हम जो एजेंसी होती है वो मैनेजमेंट से कंसल्ट करके रिक्वायरमेंट को एनालाइज करके उस तरह के लोगों से वो फिर आवेदन मांग करके फिर कंपनी को वो फीडबैक देते हैं, स्टाफिंग के लिए पीपल प्रोवाइड करते हैं. 6 जो सबसे आज प्रचलित है वो है कैंपस रिक्रूटमेंट. सम टाइम there were abolition of intermediaries between organization and peoples or who are becoming a staff of that organization, and for this organization or company direct visit to campus like engineering colleges, medical colleges and all other ITI, Industrial Training Institute, and they visit there and take some test in the form of written exam or interview, and they directly select those persons which is needed by that organization. That is known as campus recruitment. This is very authentic and reliable source, external source, which oftenly used by organization. 7 है recommendations by employees. Sometimes organization believe on their regular employees. If some regular employees recommend some people regarding any job position, then organization believe that a employee always think positive towards organization and that recommendation will never be wrong. So that organization also use the recommendation of employees for a particular job position or situation. नेक्स्ट इज लेबर कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स. आप जो देख रहे हैं कि इतने प्रवासी मजदूर आ रहे हैं और बहुत सारे आए हैं, बिहार में ही करीब 12-13 लाख प्रवासी मजदूर हैं. आपने कभी सोचा है कि इतने प्रवासी मजदूर कैसे गए, किस कॉन्टैक्ट से गए? पंजाब हो, हरियाणा हो, लुधियाना हो, दिल्ली हो या मुंबई हो, जहां ये काम करने गए बड़े बड़े फैक्ट्रियों में या फिर बड़े बड़े एग्रीकल्चर फॉर्म्स में. तो हम आपको बता दें कि इतनी बड़ी संख्या लेबर की बिहार से माइग्रेट की या यूपी से माइग्रेट करती है, उसमें लेबर कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स का बहुत बड़ा रोल होता है. लेबर कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स एक्ट एज अ इंटरमीडिएटरी बिटवीन organization, big organization and peoples, and they motivate peoples towards that work, their salary and their environment, everything, and used to motivate a mass people from village to village and take away those peoples to that organization as for work. So that is labor contractor. That person is known as labor contractor who do so and act so. So labor contractor is also a big source towards external sources of staffing, and mostly organization used that source because organization felt that in that process they can cut their time and cost regarding finding the suitable persons. 9th है advertising on television. As we know that television is the most popular electronic component nowadays, and almost most of people watch television every day. So television is a direct source, a direct external source used by organization, and people should see everything what is required qualification and skill and training and experience, and they can believe on that advertisement because it is published on mass platform. So advertising on television is the most appropriate external tool of staffing, which is oftenly used by organization. And at last we're publishing, because nowadays there were age of internet. We live in internet age, and internet is the most of youth, males and females, always engage in social media and very active on social media, and so they can easily find advertisement regarding themselves from internet and various app. And nowadays organization also use that tool for a staffing person. So that's 10 ways from which an organization can fill up their staffing position, that are known as external sources. Now we turn on the merits of external sources. What is the merits of external sources? Merits of external sources were very clear and comprehensive. That first is qualified personnel. Through external sources, an organization can able to find qualified personnel according to their work nature and according to their need. Second, that wider choice. Whenever organization use external sources as recruitment or staffing, then through external sources there were wider choice, because whenever any advertisement get published, that advertisement is spread all over the state or country. So there are wider choice, and different types of peoples of different state and district can apply to that post, and organization also get a wider platform to choose. Third, fresh talent. No doubt through direct recruitment or external sources we get fresh talent, energetic, motivated talent who has a dream for their future. They very positive towards their future. So fresh talent is the another merit of external sources. And competitive spirit. Whenever the external sources used by organization and through external sources selected person was selected by organization, then among those persons who now become the staff of that organization has a competitive spirit also, because they join together in that organization, and everyone were willing to show something special towards their managers and to that organization. So there were a competitive spirit which after all beneficial for the organization. It is a very good merit of external sources. But there were not only merits of external sources, there are several limitations or demerits of external sources also. And that is first, dissatisfaction among existing staff. ये हम आपको अपने एक्सपीरियंस से बताते हैं कि जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक्सटर्नल सोर्सेज की यूज करते हैं, तो ठीक है कि बाद में तो बहुत ज़्यादा मित्रता हो जाती है, लेकिन जब कभी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में नए लोग आते हैं तो पुराने लोग थोड़े से खफा होते हैं, और उनके खफा होने का जो सबसे बड़ा कारण होता है वो ये होता है कि लो भाई अब एक हिस्सेदार और आ गया या 4 हिस्सेदार और आ गए. और ये एक जनरल टेंडेंसी है. आई पर्सनली फील दैट इज अ ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी, और ये सभी जगह होती होगी. तो लेकिन ये शुरुआत में ही होती है. थोड़ा सा डिससेटिस्फैक्शन होता है. वो सोचते हैं क्या जो था हम कर लेते, थोड़ा हम मेहनत बढ़ा देते, हमको सैलरी ज्यादा मिलता, ज्यादा लोग, यानी more distribution of salary among more people. So that type of feeling what came, but for a very little bit time. At last or in a later stage, that everything going to be normal, and we much became familiar with new stuff also. Second, lengthy process. देखिए whenever that type of process were intake by organization, so that type of process has a channel, and no one organization can avoid that channel, that they have to first recruit, then they have to organize PT exam, and then mains exam, then after interview or viva, and after that there must be also orientation program, training program, and then only they can get that exact person which is needed by organization who are able to perform their duties. So that process is a long process, and most of organization willing to abide that process and get some shortcut. So that is if organization need immediately staffs to perform a huge task or make a huge order, then that process was not suitable, because it is a lengthy process and time taking process, also costly process, because you have to be, अभी हम आपको बताते हैं कि एक थोड़ा सा एडवर्टीजमेंट जो विद्या मंदिर में देना था रिगार्डिंग एडमिशन नोटिस, तो थोड़ा सा A4 साइज का भी आधा समझिए, और वो बहुत ज्यादा कॉस्ट 15-20 हजार रुपया लेते हैं एक दिन का. So that is very costly process, advertising, and thereafter organization of examination, interview, viva, PT, mains, copy checking. These all are costly process. So some limitation also tagged with external sources, but there are merits also. But the most important thing, that external sources is the most big source of employment and staffing, and most of organization use external sources, because internal sources has very limited scope, and only old organization can use internal sources in the form of transfer and promotion. But most of new and all new organization have to be tackle external sources to fulfill their staffing position. So student, I hope that you all understand these external sources and their merits and demerits. 10 external sources there are, and most of in several year board examination the question was asked regarding name some external sources and their merits and merits. So you all have to be remember these sources and their merits and demerits also. Make the fair notes in your homework notebook, and also remember it. Till then, bye, take care.